Okay, they're on the main straight, and it looks like first place has managed to maintain, but around the outside goes second, trying his very best to get them toward the end of the straight, and he has done, heading into turn 3, round the outside, he does go. What an unbelievable move there. Is he going to be able to hold it though? Into turn 4, he doesn't. The pole sitter gets back in front. Not quite sure who the drivers are yet, but I'll be able to tell you once we go across the timeline. We're too wide into turn number 5 there. Not sure who it is, but like it, I'll let you know soon. James is holding him up a little bit in the Illuminous helmet. There's 2 people behind him, too wide there. So we're coming round the final few corners there. Snap of oversteer from the second place driver, who was previously managed to make his way all the way first, but now has dropped back down to second. The order looks very similar to what we started with, but let's find out as we go across the timeline as the driver behind James in the Lamborghini suit tries to make a move there. Already on lap 1, James is having to defend against the driver and are nearly too wide trying to get around him, but let's see what this timing sheet is saying. So it was James Estrop that's managed to keep the first position, but it was David Sumner once again making a move, trying to get himself into first position. And then after that we got Adam State, Xiaofeng, then we got Adam, James Clare, Charlie Jackson, Barney Williams, Christopher Tate, Kyle, Mike Bennett, Darren, then Henry Watson. There's a gap starting to form with our front runners roundabout now. Already when he crossed the line it was half a second between second and first, and then over a second between third place of Adam State to James Estrop, who is in first place. James really needs to try and pull away here now. This is a great opportunity to clutch his win here. He is a regular at Tamworth, James Estrop, so hopefully he'll be able to put pedal to the metal and make that stick. But right behind him he does have David Sumner. Let's see if he's managed to close in on him a little bit. He has done. He's knocked a tenth off James Estrop, and Adam State has dropped 3 tenths, and Charlie Jackson makes up 2 positions up into 5th place, and Adam Thompson drops all the way down into 7th. We head into turn 4 there. He's starting to close in, David Sumner, on James Estrop. He's got his eyes on the back of that bumper every time he heads down that straight, and goes a little bit tighter every single time compared to James as they go into turn 5 there. And into turn 6, he's slightly tighter. And look at that gap between them. It's extremely tight. And again, he goes for a move every corner. David is going tighter than James. He's trying his best, and he goes, but he just doesn't manage to make the move. The gap was not there, but he's setting up the switchback as he comes round to turn 10 there. He's eyeing up that apex. He sends it. He makes the move. He plants the car and holds it as he goes round turn 12 there. And all the cars behind him are now closing on in and joining the party. We have Adam State and Xiaofeng joining up. So it goes David Sumner, James Estrop, Adam State and Xiaofeng. Then James Clare managed to make up a position. Can James catch up and gain me some points? I quite like that. But out in front, let's hope they keep battling so that happens. And David Sumner is now fully defending. You can see that James Estrop is rather not happy about that. James Estrop is a usual heavyweight driver here at Super Champs when he races at Tamworth. But today, obviously, the ballast weight limit is different. So he's a lightweight today for us here at EKS. And he's closing on in as we're going into these corners here. And look at Xiaofeng as well, closing in on Adam State. This is going to be a 4-horse race right to the end, allowing James to capitalise and come into this battle also. As we head across the line, let's see what the timing sheet is showing. It's now a half-second gap between James and David, and Adam is about a half a second of James Estrop, with Xiaofeng only 2 tenths behind the third place driver. That gap though between James and the top 4 is growing ever so slightly. That's a now 2-second gap. He really needs to capitalise on all this battling, because they're getting closer and closer together, and the driver behind James is also rather getting close. As we look back to the front of the field, let's see what's happening there. The third place driver seems to be closing in on the second place driver of James Estrop. James really has dropped off a little bit off the back of the car in front. Xiaofeng should really try and work together here with Adam State, try and get up to the front run, and then maybe any of them could have an opportunity on claiming this win here. James now has the driver right behind him, but Charlie Jackson trying his best to get around him, and as they cross the line, Charlie Jackson has closed that gap down to James Clare of only 0.9 seconds, so he's right in that slipstream, and exactly the same as the carts in front. Let's see how James doing then. He's closed the gap down a little bit. It's only 1.5 seconds now between James Clare in 5th place and that pack in 4th. And a move is taking place slightly further back. I do believe that is the driver in. I think that's Barney Williams, who's just made a move on Adam Thompson over at turn 4 there. And he's managed to make it stick. So if he can keep going around the windy sections of Tamworth, he's got that position. And look at our top 4 getting ever so close together. Wow, this is going to be an incredible final few laps. We're about 6 minutes into the race, which means we've got about 6 minutes more of this incredible race remaining. They are ever so close, right to the front. Hopefully they start working together and we get some epic track action as we near to the end of this race. As they cross the line, let's go over the timing once again. We've got David Sumner in front, James Estrop second, Adam State, Xiaofeng, James Clare, Charlie Jackson, Adam Thompson, Kyle Gaffney has made a position on Barney Williams, then Christopher Tate in 10th, Mike Bennett, 12th, Darren Stables, and 13th, we've got Henry Walter. Oh, and what is happening out in front there is that James Estrop trying to claim back that position. He nearly made a move there at turn 6, I believe. As they come round 7 into 8, the 3rd place driver is really on his bumper. But wait, is that James Clare in 4th place? What has happened here? Let's wait till they cross the timeline to find out why my good friend James is in 4th. Please keep that position, James, to the end. So they cross the line. Is David still in front? Only half second in front of James. Then it goes Adam, and it's Xiaofeng that is dropped all the way down to 6th place, 7th. Is he off somewhere on track? Where is Xiaofeng? He's absolutely dropped. What is that, 5 positions in 1 lap there? I'm not quite sure what happened. I've not seen any penalties go up on the board, so it must have just been an off there for Xiaofeng. Right, so our front runners, let's look at those gaps as we like to take a look at how our podium positions are doing. In 3rd place, we have Adam State, who's only a second of David Sumner, but half a second of James Estrop, who is half a second of David Sumner. 4 minutes left remaining. I'm struggling to see the track because the sun has just moved and gone in my eyes. So let's stand up so we can get excited for the end of this race, because is that Xiaofeng? It isn't. It's Charlie Jackson is now closing in on James Clare, trying to get that 4th place position. He's only 0.7 off, so it's very doable if he can tag onto the back of that slipstream, because the front runners now are starting to pull away, so James is going to lose that benefit of being so close to those front runners. In 3rd place, Adam State is only now 0.4 of James Estrop, so he's starting to close in that gap, and David Sumner is now starting to drop them a little bit. He's throwing that car forward. You should see him chucking it around the corner. It goes a little bit deep there compared to the drivers behind him. And is this James Estrop trying to get back into it, trying to get back into the fight from P1? I think it is. Them 2 carts in 2nd and 3rd look like they're getting closer, corner by corner. Is the pressure getting to David Sumner? Let's have a look as they take turn 12. They are a hell of a lot closer than they were 1 lap ago. And as they cross the line, let's look at the time machine. They've just taken James Estrop, has taken 4 tenths out of David Sumner in that 1 lap. And Adam State is less than a second off that 1st place driver there. And then James, he's about 3 seconds off. Keep going, James. We'll get there and take some points home, hopefully. But if we take a look at James Estrop now, is fully in contention for the win of this race. He is less than half a second, 4 tenths off the back of David Sumner as they come in round into turn 7. He goes slightly tighter. I think James Estrop is eyeing up an overtake here as they're coming round 8 into 9. Very tight James Estrop goes. He tries to keep it tight. He's setting up a switchback here. David Sumner's gone full defensive. James Estrop is almost kissing the backside of David Sumner here. As they head round turn 12, James Estrop goes a little bit wider, trying to use all that gap on the exit as they cross the timeline. That's another attempt James Estrop has taken out James Sumner, and Adam State is still within that second. It is all to play for at the front of that field there as they're heading into turn 4. I can see the gap is closing ever so slightly. That slipstream is really helping James Estrop, but he's under braking, so that's so much better than David. And let's see as they're going around the windy sections of Tamworth if he can close any more. This seems to be where James really closes in this middle section of the track. He sets up the corners perfectly, ready to try and make a move, but he just might not have enough time. There is only 1 minute 52 left on the timing screen. If he's going to make a move, it's going to be now or never. He's still all over the back of the bumper of David Sumner coming into turn 11. He's sticking to it. He's not a high enough move just yet as we head round turn 12. Takes it a little bit tighter, much neater than David there. David throws his cart forward as he knows that James Estrop is only 2 places away from him. Can he make this move? There is only 2 minutes left on this timing screen as they're heading into turn 4. The gap is remaining around about the same. James really needs to close this gap under braking, concentrate on those exits and corners, because David is really going into a defensive mode here, and if he can capitalise on that, he might just have the win here. And down in 6 and 7, Xiaofeng is right in a battle with Adam Thompson, and they are extremely close. And Kyle Gaffney is also, Kyle Gaffney is 0.1 of Xiaofeng, battling for life. But James Clare coming round turn 10 here is in his problem of his own. James Clare is trying his best to defend off Charlie Jackson, who's going down the inside here. Just isn't enough room as they head round turn 12. Charlie's trying to settle that switchback, but James is looking over his shoulder. He's defending for his life in that beautiful Lamborghini suit as they head onto the last lap. He must defend this. I need these championship points. Well, let's look further up the grid. The battle that you guys are all worried about, it is the David Sumner and James Estrop. It was 2 attempts once again in that last lap, but this is their last lap. Can he make a move? He is closing under braking every time he goes into that corner. That gap is getting smaller and smaller. David is defending for his life as he heads around these final few corners. They head into turn 10. He nearly goes for the move, and then we're coming round into turn 11. The checkered flag is up in the air. Is he going to make a move on the last corner? Is this his last chance to turn 12? He's trying. He takes it tighter, but he just doesn't manage to make the move. And David puts his head in the air out of exhaustion, and so do I. Wow, what a race. The order goes out to follow David Sumner, James Estrop, Adam State, James Clare, Charlie Jackson, Xiaofeng Yang. Oh no, Kyle just manages to get Xiaofeng Yang on the last lap. Wow, Adam Thompson down in 8th there. Then we've got Barney Williams. Then we've got Christopher Tate in 10th. Then in 11th, Mike Bennett. 12th, Darren Stables, and 13th, Henry Walter.
So we're joined by race winner David and runner-up James. Guys, how was that race?
Well, it was difficult with them, but I enjoyed it. I don't want to stop, I just want to carry on, but it gave me a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it was really good fun. Lots of good battling. Yeah, really close, and yeah, just good fun.
So I believe, was that split 1 race? Was that split 2 race?
Split 2.
Split 2, so I believe you get promoted. You go split 1 now. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I am, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's our race winner and runner-up. Had some really close racing there. Looking forward to more of that in the afternoon. Thank you very much, both. Thank you.